if I had understood the exact pattern and cycle that I'm about to take you guys through in this video, I would not have lived as the people-pleasing, insecure, nice guy for as long as I did. Now, in previous videos, I've started to go through and unpack this nice guy identity at a very deep level so you can understand exactly what it is, why it's there, and how to sort of move on from it. But I wanted to really simplify that because at the core of the nice guy is this one self-fulfilling pattern that feeds each other. And if we are not aware of this, nothing will change. However, if we can be aware of it, which I'm going to share with you in this video, and then we can actually break that cycle, everything else, all of the symptoms that you're experiencing, the relationship troubles, the not feeling good enough, the body, the business, the finances, the lifestyle, and just the general self-image you have of yourself, that will start to take care of itself because we've actually cut off the very cycle that was producing the need for you to be the nice guy in the first place. Right? Because at the end of the day, this nice guy identity, the people pleasing, the insecurities, you created these out of necessity. Often is the case out of survival, right? For me, I created the nice guy identity out of, back in grade 6, I was bullied for my chest, right? I had some gynecomastia. And so in that moment, I learned that I was not enough as I was, right? And so I felt, okay, well, I've got to actually hide my true self away. I've got to put on this mask and I've got to be someone else because that's the only way I think I'm going to be liked because I was my true self and that was laughed at, right? So I created this whole mask, this whole protection mechanism where I needed to be someone else, right? Now, at the core of everyone, this isn't just a male thing and this isn't just a nice guy thing, but at the core of every nice guy is simply the desire or desires to be loved, to feel worthy, to feel good enough, to feel capable, and to feel like a man. Right? Especially when we start taking this into our relationships as well. This is often where the nice guy will show up. Men you just want to feel like a man. You want to be strong and confident and convicted. You want to be able to lead and be the man that your family and your wife and your kids actually deserve, right? So we have our core human needs that the nice guy is simply trying to get met. So the reason he people pleases, the reason that he goes above and beyond for everyone else, or he tries to fix everything is because if he does that, he will receive the validation and the worth and the approval and the reassurance that he can't give himself, and that will make him feel good enough and worthy. And the reason he needs other people is because he can't do it himself, because again, when he tried to do that, he was mocked or shamed or left or abandoned or bullied or whatever it might be. And so in that moment, he learned that he could not do that for himself. And the only way that he can get that met is through other people. All right, so we have the needs, worthiness, capability, loved, etc. But then what we have is this not good enough story that is actually running the show, right? This is at the heart of every nice guy. This belief that you are not enough, you are not capable, right? And everyone's got something that's could be a little bit different. There's a lot of nuance to that. But if I had to put a label on it, it would just be that you believe you are not enough, right? And so what happens is, okay, I'm trying to get these needs met because that's essentially what I want. But deep within me, my core operating system, like a computer has an operating system, that is ingrained, that is essentially programmed to tell me that I am not enough. So if I'm receiving all these things, I'm either going to not believe them, or I'm just going to go back to that default and be, oh, but no, I can't have that because I'm not good enough, right? Or I'm going to compare myself, or I'm going to push it down the road, right? I'll only be happy, I'll only feel successful and worthy when I achieve X, Y, Z. Body, the next relationship, the money in your business or whatever it might be, right? And you push it down the road because you don't believe you're good enough. So you try to achieve these core desires, but then when they come in, or if they start to come in, you will block them and push them away because you believe you are not enough. And now the more you push them away, the more you actually crave to have them. And so the deeper you go into the nice guy identity. And this just becomes this big cycle. I want to feel worthy, but I'm not good enough to feel worthy. Okay, so the only way that I can feel good enough to be worthy or loved is to really, really people please, is to really put other people above myself, is to be the fixer, right? Is to achieve that next metric or goal in your business, right? Climb the ladder. Like when I have that, then I'll feel worthy. But then that happens, or you get the next relationship, or you lose the 5 kilos, or you hit the targets. But again, because you're still operating from I am not good enough, and remember, this is all deeply unconscious stuff, right? So it's not like you're actually aware of this. But as soon as you hit that, or again, have the partner come in or whatever it is, you're still running by that not good enough story, and you're still gonna push the worthiness, the happiness, the love and whatever away because it is foreign to you, right? I often hear about the nice guy will experience imposter syndrome. It's because they're actually getting the evidence and the people and the stuff coming in where they should feel worthy, they should feel happy, they should feel confident or whatever it might be, but they don't, right? Because it goes against who they've been led to believe that they are, right? Remember, I'm not good enough, so who am I to feel worthy? I'm not good enough, so why is this woman actually loving me properly? Like, why is she doing all the things that I've always wanted? Oh, this is scary. Like, cool, now I'm going to run strategies to push this away because this goes against this story of who I believe I am. All right? And so these things just bounce off of each other, and the more you seek something, the more you try to then people please and achieve it. But again, if you haven't actually fixed the thing that is blocking you from receiving all this in the first place, no external thing is going to fix something that is an internal problem. An external solution will not fix an internal problem until the internal blockage is shifted. Because ultimately, yes, the answer is going to be in these external things. Right? For me and my body dysmorphia, my body changed so much over the course of a 15-year period. But I was never happy, I was never confident in it, I was never proud of my success. Why? Well, because I still believed at my core that I wasn't good enough. And so if I wasn't good enough, why would I have a body that was good enough? Right? Those two things are very, very conflicting. And so I would either not recognize it, or I'd set the next goal, or I would just pick apart the smallest flaws and insecurities and I would hide myself away, right? Because that is who I genuinely thought that I was, right? In my relationships, I wanted to be loved. I wanted to be accepted. I wanted to be fully seen. I wanted, to have this ideal relationship that I've been craving for so long, but I always struggled to actually be myself. I always wore a mask because I thought my true self wasn't good enough. And maybe she was just, there was a part of me that she could see that she liked in the beginning, but ultimately she was going to see the real me and then she would leave, right? Because remember, I learned that my true self wasn't good enough back then. So then when we take this into relationships, we put on this mask, right? We present ourselves as someone else in the beginning, and that's why these relationships can be great in the beginning, but then when you start to get more comfortable and that mask starts to wear off or whatever it might be, now she's seeing a different version of you, and now she's really picking up on this. Oh, he struggles to lead. He's not confident. He doesn't believe he's enough. He always looks to me for my reassurance. My mood dictates his. Right? And suddenly the real you has come out, which there's nothing wrong with, but you've been led to believe that that's not enough, and so you just create this self-fulfilling prophecy. And she can give you all the love in the world. She can reassure you like a million times in a row, but ultimately, if you can't receive that and you can't do that for yourself, that is ultimately going to push her away, right? So this cycle is what we need to break. We don't actually, in the interim, or in the beginning, need to focus on the external things, right? The action is very important. But first we need to understand, okay, what is actually driving this ship? What is the origin of the nice guy? Because if I'm going into another new relationship, or starting another training program, or launching another business, or whatever it might be, and if the origin of me beginning those things is from that root of not good enough, I'm just going to continue to create the same things again and again and again, just in a different relationship. It would be like me planting an apple tree and wondering why it's not growing peaches. It's like, it's an apple tree, it's going to grow apples, right? I believe I'm not good enough, so why would I believe that this relationship is going to be the one that makes me feel good enough? Right? That doesn't really make sense. That's not how this works. Right? And so as the nice guy, it can be super overwhelming, right? Because you've got all these different things that you're frustrated with, that you're insecure about, that you doubt yourself over, and you try to change all of these different things and you just get overwhelmed and you go exactly back to where you've always been. And again, this is just part of the cycle, right? Because you feel you need to fix all these things and outsource your worth to other people to actually feel good enough. Whereas you've always been good enough. You've just believed a lie. Something happened, right, where your true self was rejected or abandoned or mocked or whatever. Right? And now you've just been living and creating a paradigm of the world based on your internal foundation that simply reflects that. Right? You actually have the power to change that. And this is how a man can go from nice guy, people pleaser, insecurity, failed relationships into the strong, confident, convicted man who can lead himself, lead his family, and lead his future, simply by addressing the cycle that is causing the problems to begin with. Right? You need to know that you are enough outside of these external things. And once you know that, then you can really start taking action. right? That's where we then start building the evidence. We get on the program, we lose the weight, we add the muscle, we get strong. We put ourselves back out there into the dating pool, but this time we're going to attract someone who is actually attracted to who we are and our true self. And we're not going to be reliant on them for approval and validation and reassurance, right? Sure, they can give us that and that will help, of course. Right? But now I'm actually so convicted in who I am that my life and my world is going to be a beautiful reflection of that. Right? Again, I reiterate, the nice guy was built from a place of survival. It was built as necessity to get your core human needs met. And it does a great job of that. Right? The people pleasing, the putting everyone above yourselves, the fixing things, right? Because if I fix things, then I'm valuable and then she'll love me and blah, 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 blah. Right? It's all a great option, right? It all works. But obviously that's holding you back in life, right? Keeping you small. You don't want to take that commitment. You don't want to take that leap. You don't want to go all in on yourself. The same patterns keep repeating again and again. It's because you haven't actually addressed the core programming that is creating these patterns to begin with, and you're trying to fix everything external to you. Right? This is why so many men don't feel like men. It's not because they're not working hard enough, or they don't have the work ethic, or they're not capable, or whatever it might be. Right? God has you here for a reason. There is a purpose, a calling on your life. There is a beautiful, perfect woman that is out there waiting for you that just needs you to step up. Right? There are kids, whether you have them now or in the future, that are requiring you to be the role model. Right? All of these things are available to you. Right? All of these things are available to me as I've overcome mine. And again, it's always a work in progress. I'm still getting better. There's still things that I'm not great at that I'm working on, right? But this vision I have for my life and where I'm going with business and body and relationships and family eventually requires me to let go of the nice guy. And so I needed to stop banging my head against the same wall and thinking that another 5 kilos was going to fix it, that another relationship was going to fix it, that another business or more money was going to fix it. Right? I needed to get to a place ultimately where I could validate my own worth, and I didn't need to outsource that to people or achievements or money or success or what the world tells me. Right? Because God made me good enough. The not good enough story was a lie that I believed from the world, from the conditioning, from who I thought I needed to be. And I was just doing my best to survive, to protect myself. The mask, the people pleasing. This is all the nice guy is. Right? So brother, as I wrap up here, you are capable of so much. You are worthy of so much. You are valuable. You are worthy of love. And you can get to a place where all the things you desire in life are inevitable because of who you are in God's perfect timing. But there's work you need to steward. There's the identity and the inner work to remove this pattern, this cycle. And then there's the stewarding of the action. Body, right? Relationships, business, career, purpose, faith, all these different areas of life. All right, but the actions are useless if the origin of the actions and the place you're actioning from, i.e. what's in here and what's in here, if those are misaligned to the actions, you're just going to keep creating the exact same thing that has always been. All right, so if you have any questions on this, drop them down in the comments, send me a DM on Instagram, or if you're finally actually ready to do this work, this is what I do. All right, the integration of the identity and the inner work. Then actually creating the plan, action with your body, what we can do in relationships, purpose, business, faith, all these different things, to pull all this together so you can leave the nice guy behind and become that strong, confident leader that your family, your future can depend on. Right? There's a link down below, or again, send me a DM on Instagram, let's talk about it, and yeah, we'll make it happen. Either way, I appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, check out some of my other videos. Like, subscribe, all the things. The videos are doing better than any videos I've ever put up on YouTube, so I appreciate everyone that's been watching them. If there's anything you want to hear me talk about as well, feel free to let me know, and I will make some of those. But yeah, God bless. Have a great day. Hope this has been valuable, and we'll see you in the next video.